Alright, hi, my name is Torrie, and I am supporting the claim that the U.S. should withdraw the current air tanker contract that was awarded to Northrop. I will defend this by first talking about the fact that by producing in Europe, vital intelligence will be shared with other countries. Second, Northrop is fairly new to the tanker industry. And third, Boeing's model has more to offer in terms of structure to the U.S. military. And my first point, that by producing in Europe, vital intelligence will be shared with other countries. Northrop is partnered with a company called Airbus, and Airbus's parent company is called the European Aeronautic Defense and Space Company, also known as EADS. They are based in Europe, and that's where they plan to do a majority of the work on this air tanker. That's not a good idea because, first, European countries will have easier access to the U.S. tanker, and the fact that it's being built in Europe by European workers just doesn't make any sense. The Real American Tankers article says that if Airbus wins the contract, a vast majority of the work will be done in France, Germany, Spain, and other European countries. So like I said, these workers are European, and they are working in Europe to make this American tanker. Also, many of the U.S. allies already have Northrop's version of the tanker. So the people that we are working with already have this tanker, and everyone already knows about it. Farley Glenn wrote in the Gregoire, Other Governors in D.C. Pushing for the Boeing tanker. Other versions of the tanker are built in France for several U.S. allies, including Australia. So they already know what's out there. They already know what we're going to have. So why should we build something that everyone already knows, what's going to be coming at them? And also, the European countries already have relationships with Airbus. Therefore, it'll be easier for them to gain information with the company. We've never worked with Airbus before, and other countries already have a step ahead of us being friends with them and having relationships with them. The Real American Tankers, again, says that the World Trade Organization is finalizing a report on the massive subsidies several European governments have poured into Airbus to win valued aerospace jobs at America's expense. So what that is saying is other European countries are paying money to Airbus to get our information, and they're paying money so that they could work on American pieces of machinery, I guess. So they already know what we're going to be putting out in our army. My second point, that Northrop is fairly new to the tanker industry, is explained by the fact that they don't have as much experience as Boeing, and they have not produced nearly as many tankers as them. And I guess you could think of it as Boeing being the grandpa and Airbus being the little baby grandchild, because they know absolutely nothing compared to Boeing. They're trying to learn as they go along, while Boeing already knows everything that's happening. So Boeing is historically more predominant in the tanker industry. Over the last 60 years, Boeing has built and delivered over 2,000 of the world's best aerial refueling tankers, and that's from Boeing's Experience in History article. And another one is Boeing is the Willy Wonka of tanker refueling. They invented it. They started it all. They started this 60 years ago, and Airbus is new into this. They've only been here for 2 years. Boeing outshines other companies such as Airbus because, from the Boeing history website, by contrast, Airbus is new to the tanker business and only has delivered a handful of tankers. Boeing has the proven experience America's warfighters, taxpayers, and workers deserve. So by having Boeing making this piece of machinery, we are benefiting, not just as the soldiers, I can't think of the word, but as taxpayers and the workers of Boeing. And my third point, since Boeing does have the experience, they know exactly what the Air Force wants and is able to bring to the table. On the other hand, Airbus is just going along with what the requirements are, and they're just following those exactly. So Boeing's model has a lot more to offer in terms of structure to the U.S. military. Boeing is more efficient. From the KC-45 tanker aircraft article, they say that the 77-based tanker is comparable in size to the Airbus A330, and in a more technologically advanced airframe can overload 23% more fuel, carry 44% more cargo, and 42% more passengers than the A330. So A330 is Airbus and the 777 is Boeing. So really what they just said is Boeing can like offload more fuel and carry more cargo and carry more passengers than the Airbus can. Also, Airbus doesn't know if their tanker will actually work in a wartime experience. From the real American tankers, it is a fact that the Airbus has never delivered a boom-equipped operational tanker to a customer. And a boom-equipped is it's just like a way to fuel the airplanes. Boeing's model is stronger and more durable than its competitors. From the KC-767 Tanker Transport Aircraft article, the structure incorporates new materials such as improved aluminum alloys, graphite composites, and hybrid Kevlar graphite composites, which have enhanced the strength and durability and longevity. They have created like a whole new way to build this tanker, rather where Airbus and Northrop are just like building what everyone else already has. So we are hoping to convince you guys that that the U.S. Air Force should award this contract to Boeing, and that it is a valid contract to use.